Hello everyone, it's Yacine, welcome back to another video. Today, I am here to present to you a project that has the potential to revive TD. Now, I know this is quite the broad statement because TD is dead, there's no denying it, at least for the time being, but it's looking pretty grim. However, some dedicated fans have taken on the mission to recreate TD. This project is TD Reborn, and you probably heard of it because it's essentially the only hope to see a new form, at least a playable form of TD on the Roblox platform. Now, quick disclaimer, this game doesn't have any release date for the time being. They probably want to have one for quite a bit, but we do know how things are going to be planned. At first, they will only release the 1.3 version of the game, which is the one that we lost when TD got banned, and then they will work on their own version of 1.4, adding several different kind of EXEs, such as Sonic.EXE and Furnace, which I'm going to cover later on. Now, with that said, it's time for me to actually present the project. TD Reborn is a fan-made project that has permission to recreate TD, as said earlier. However, it does bring its fair share of spins on the game that I will cover right now. Everything that I will talk about is about the 1.4 version of this project and is probably not about 1.3 since it's meant to be a one-to-one recreation of the original. 1.4 in TD Reborn is planned to come up with a lot more content than the original 1.4. Now, just to put this out and make it clear, this does not mean that this project is officially supported by the original team behind TD, so Outlake and the testers. As for the content that awaits you in 1.4 of TD Reborn, we have, for example, Sonic.EXE, which is a character that has been speculated ever since essentially the beginning of TD and is now an official EXE planned for this game. Now, we do not have anything about the movesets. I only have a single screenshot about the gameplay, but as you can see, it's all placeholders abilities because for some reason Sonic.EXE has the grapple for some reason. It isn't a problem. As I said, it's work in progress. There is also Majin Sonic, which doesn't fit us on EXE because his job isn't to kill anyone, it's just an Easter egg. But he is in the game and this is what he looks like. Yeah, I know he looks a bit goofy, but that's why we love Majin, right? Next up on our list, we have Furnace. Now this case is pretty special. Let's make a quick trip back in time. So a month ago, I believe, I made a concept video where I showcase a 3D model of Furnace that I made. Turns out that Furnace was actually planned to be added to the game. So I don't know if it was for 1.4 or 1.5, but he was planned to be added. And now with TD Reborn, we finally have a chance at seeing Furnace being a playable character. And now, of course, it doesn't look like the original concept art. It's a design made by Lootboy, which is the community manager, but it looks great anyway. Now, Furnace, we also do not know what kind of abilities does he have. He isn't a skin, he is his own character, meaning he will play differently than any other characters. Next up, this is the one and only 2017X and his broken face phase. This is this guy right here, and this is his broken form. We do not know how they're gonna plan on balancing this character because, unsurprisingly, balancing a character with two phases in a survival game is pretty difficult. Now for our next entry, the one and only Rewrite Sonic, or simply Rewrite. So Rewrite is a pretty complicated case in my opinion because there's a lot of things that could stop him from being added. Rewrite has a very original design, like a very distinctive one that is pretty hard to adapt to the TD style. Now the design that they have come up with is not bad in any way, especially considering that the red rings are very visible, but in my opinion, he does need his own body type. Of course, as per usual, if you like this video, consider liking, subscribing, and joining my Discord server for exclusive content. With that said, thank you all for watching and see you next time.